Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Bader. I hope you had a great first week of school. I had fun practicing with you last week, and we are getting ready for our second yoga practice of the school year. So, we're going to start off with our favorite cat and cow. So, we're going to come to a tabletop. Fingertips are spread wide like starfish. Wrists are directly under shoulders, knees are under hips, gripping the mat with your fingertips and your knuckles, your tiger paw. And as we inhale, belly drops, chin and tailbone reach up to the sky for cow. Exhale, tuck chin, tuck tailbone, reach your back up to the sky. Inhale, belly drops, chin and tailbone up to the sky. Exhale, tuck chin, tuck tailbone, round your back. Inhale, belly drops, chin and tailbone up to the sky. Exhale one more time up for cat. Chin and tailbone tucked. Arch back. And we're going to exhale back to a flat back. And we're going to come to Sukhasana, which is essentially crisscross applesauce. We're going to do some stretches. So inhale, arms up to the sky. And palms flip up to the ceiling. You're going to lean over to one side, keeping both hips firmly on the mat, both sit bones firmly on the mat. Maybe you can hear my dog barking in the background. And come back up to center. Arms are straight on either side of your ears and off to the other side. Both sit bones touching the mat. Arms straight and strong. Come back up to the center. Back over to the other side. Back up. Exhale. Hands to heart for Anjali Mudra. I know I have at least one Anjali out there watching. Let's do some more shoulder rolls like we did last week. So those are good when you're sitting in front of a screen for a long time. So start going one direction. And then you're going to go the other direction. Do a couple wrist circles. And remember, you can do these with your hands separated, or you can palms together and keep the backs of your hands and the fronts of your hands together as you rotate through. Did that make sense? I don't know that it really made sense, but essentially whatever way works the best. Yeah, I'm recording a yoga video. One of my kids just got home. All right, let's come back to our tabletops. I'm going to go different direction. You do whatever works best in your space. Fingers are spread wide like starfish, gripping the mat, fingertips and knuckles. We're going to move our knees back a couple inches, toes tucked so that your toes are on the mat, your heels are pointed up towards the ceiling. We're going to inhale, lift hips up and back, bringing your heels as close to the floor as you can. Mine don't reach, but I do the best I can to will them down a little bit. Arms are straight and strong, legs are straight and strong. Tops of your thighs are pushing up to the sky. And let's walk our dog. So bending one knee at a time, and then the other. So we pedal our feet. Let's do a fire hydrant. We didn't do one of those last week. So lift one leg up to the sky. For three-legged dog here, both legs are straight. And you're going to bend that top knee. You're going to open up to the side for our fire hydrant. Lower that foot back down. We'll do fire hydrant on the other side. Actually, first three-legged dog, and I have not a lot of space here, so I'm going to keep kicking my door. Three-legged dog, both legs are straight and strong. Arms are still straight and strong. You're still gripping with your tiger paws on the mat. And then bend that knee, open up to the side. And lower that foot. Back to downward dog. We'll take an inhale and an exhale here. And then we're going to lift one leg up to the sky. I'm doing my right leg, but you do whichever one works. Just remember to switch to the other leg when we do this on the other side. And I'm going to engage your abdominals, the muscles in your belly, as we do this next pose. And you're going to bring that lifted foot forward and rest it in between your hands. If it doesn't get all the way there, you can, I'll show you. If you land about here, that's okay. You can just kind of scoot your foot forward until you get there. And then that back knee, you're going to lower to the mat. You're going to pretend that you could bring your knees together. So you want to use the muscles to push your legs together. We call that isometrics, when we're moving our muscles without actually moving. So you're going to draw those knees together, give yourself some balance to come on up for Anjaneyasana or monkey lunge. Arms up to the sky. You can even add a thigh stretch. So let's go ahead and do that. So whichever knee is up front, for me it's my right knee. So I'm going to bring my right elbow to my right knee. Lean, and I'm going to bend my left knee, reach back with my left hand, draw my left heel towards my left hip. And let that go. Frame my front foot with my hands, tuck that back foot, those back toes, come back up to downward facing dog. And since I did my right leg last time, I'm going to do my left leg. Left leg lifts up. You want to make sure you're doing the opposite leg that you did last time. You're going to bring that foot forward in between your hands. And remember, just walk it forward if it doesn't get there the first time. Lower that back knee. For me, it's my right. I'm going to isometrically draw my knees together. Inhale, I'm going to rise up, torso up, arms up to the sky. Arms are on either side of my ears. And then I'm going to add my thigh stretch here. So I have my left knee forward. So I'm going to bring my left elbow to my left knee. I'm going to bend my right knee, reach back with my right arm, grab that right foot, bring my heel towards my hip. You should feel this in your quadricep, these muscles in the fronts of your thighs. Lower that down. Bring your hands on either side of your foot. Tuck those back toes. For me, it's my right. And bring my front foot back into a downward facing dog. And here you have a choice. You can either walk your feet forward to meet your hands, or you can bend your knees and hop forward to a forward fold. And if your hamstrings feel okay here, you can keep your legs straight with your fingertips on the mat. If that's a little painful, just bend your knees a little bit. That's okay. We'll do ragdoll here. I'm going to move to the center of my mat just so you can see me. I'm going to hold on to opposite elbows with my hands. I'm going to let my whole torso hang. And maybe sway from side to side. But you want to release all of those muscles in your upper body and just hang like a rag doll. Maybe you shake your head no. Maybe you nod your head yes. Bring your hands to your hips, elbow tips pointing up to the sky. Lift your ears. Push into your feet. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to do, and then let's find our mountain pose before we move on. So Feet are firmly planted on the mat, shoulders away from ears, shoulder blades hugging together on your backs, palms facing forward, strong arms, strong legs. You're standing up nice and tall and strong like a mountain, which is why we call this Tadasana, mountain pose. And then I'm going to come to the front of my mat. We're going to start a quick flow here. Whoa, there was just a squirrel went racing along my back fence. Okay, so inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, open your arms wide, out and down to a forward fold, bending knees if you need to. Inhale, hands to shins for Ardha Uttanasana or half forward fold. You're going to place your hands. You're going to step back to a downward facing dog. Fingertips spread wide like starfish, gripping the mat with your fingertips and your knuckles. We're going to lift one leg up and back. I'm doing my right leg. You can do whichever one works for you. Then you're going to bring that foot forward again between your hands. And then my back toes, I'm going to lower that back heel. And I want my back foot to be parallel with the short edge of my mat. My front foot up here is parallel to this long edge of the mat. And then I'm going to isometrically draw my knees together. I'm going to inhale up to warrior two. So this front knee is bent, back leg is straight and strong. You can see that I'm not bending my knee here. Arms are parallel with the floor. Arms are strong. Triceps, biceps, everything is nice and strong. Making sure you keep that bend in the front knee. That front palm is now going to face up towards the ceiling. That back arm is going to reach down the back of, for me, it's my left leg. My right arm is going to come up over, my right ear. And maybe you can look up at your hand for dancing warrior. You're going to come back up. And for me, it's my right knee bent. I'm going to take my right elbow resting on my right knee for side angle. And then reach that right arm. Can you see me? So watch my right arm. It's going to reach out to the side to that wall in front that I'm looking at in front of me. I'm going to karate chop the air so that arm is up over my top ear. And then I'm going to come back to warrior two. Remember, my knee is still bent. Now I'm going to straighten that knee. I'm going to look out over these front fingertips, and I'm going to reach towards those front fingertips, hinging at my hips. I'm going to lower that hand to my shin. Top arm is going to reach up to the sky. Fingertips reaching towards the sky. Both arms straight. Both legs are straight. And I know sometimes we want to have our foot, our hand really low, and then that makes it so that we can't keep this knee straight. So if that's the case, you want to move your hand up. You want to keep this leg straight. And we're going to now push into both feet. Inhale, come back up. And watch my feet. I'm going to turn these front toes in the other direction. So now my back toes are parallel to the short edge of the mat. My front toes are going to point to the other wall. Actually, I'm going to switch so that you can see. Make sure that your front knee, so whichever one you had in front and bent before, is going to be now in the back. So does that make sense? I'm really hoping it does. I think all the smoke is making me forget things more than normal. So anyway, we're going to do warrior two on the other side. So make sure, for me, make sure that you've got, well, I turned around, so forget which side I'm doing. Just focus more on your hands and where they are, but the opposite hand from last time is going to be out in front. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight. You're looking out over those front fingertips. Then that front palm is going to reach up, facing the sky. Back arm is going to reach back towards this back leg. Front arm reaches up over that ear. Make sure you don't forget about this front knee, keeping that bend. And then we're going to come back to warrior two. Straighten both legs. So now we're in kind of a version of star pose. Both arms straight and strong. You're going to reach out towards those front fingertips. Reach, hinge at your hips. And when you can't go any further, bring your hand to your shin. Top arm reaches up to the sky. And make sure that you don't go all the way down here, forcing your knee to bend. We want to have both these legs straight. And come back up. Bring your hands to your hips. Walk your feet together. Let's do, for good measure, let's do a tree pose. We haven't done a tree pose in a while. Probably most of you haven't done it since last spring. So we are gonna, let's give ourselves a little bit of space between our feet. And we're gonna shift the weight over to one foot. And we're gonna gently lift the other knee up. Maybe you take a minute just to balance here. Hold that thought. I'm going to lower down. I want to remind us of the different options we have for tree pose. Option number one, heel to ankle. Option number two, I'm going to pull up my pant leg so you can see. Option number two is below your knee. Option number three is all the way up above your knee. We want to make sure we do not put pressure on our knee. Knees aren't really designed to go from side to side, so we do not want to put any pressure on the knee. So ankle, below the knee, above the knee. Okay, that's it for our review. All right, we're going to go back to shifting the weight onto one foot, gently bringing this knee up, finding your balance. And we want to find a drishti point, somewhere to focus your eyes so that you're not looking at something that's moving. You're going to reach down, you're going to grab your foot. Maybe you're coming all the way up here above your knee. Maybe you're going down here. Find your spot. And bring your hands to your heart. Your toes should be pointing down towards the floor. You're pushing your foot into the inside of your leg, wherever it is. If you're feeling really balanced here, you can reach your arms up, and I know you can't see my hands anymore. And then we're going to carefully bring hands down to heart. Gently lower that knee. Let's shake both legs out a little bit. And get ready for the other side. So you're going to shift the weight to your other foot. Gently bring up this knee, find your balance, maybe find your drishti point, something ahead of you that's not moving. Open your knee out to the side, reach down. Whoa, I didn't quite find my balance yet. Reach down, grab your foot, bring it to the inside of your leg, wherever it's going. Maybe it's going to your ankle, maybe it's going to the inside of your shin, wherever it is, wherever it feels right today. Some days feel different than others. Some days I need to go down here. It's just not feeling right all the way up here. So you do what feels right in your body today. Maybe one side even feels different than the other. Arms reach up to the sky. And exhale. Hands to heart. Lower that knee. Let's shake both legs out. And let's come to the front of our yoga mats, if we have yoga mats, or just the front of your space. And inhale, arms up to the sky. And arms out and down as we swan dive down to the mat for forward fold, bending your knees if you need to. Inhale, hands to shins for a flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Plant your hands. Fingers spread wide like starfish. Step back to a downward facing dog. So the tops of your thighs are working their way up to the sky. Arms are straight and strong. Legs are straight and strong. Lower your knees down to the mat. Feet off to the side, and you're going to sit your bottom down. Stretch your legs out in front of you. We are going to do a quick little stretch. So legs are straight and strong. You're going to flex your feet, pushing out towards the balls of your feet if you can. Or actually, let's try it anyway. See if you can spread your toes. That takes practice. We call those monkey toes when we can spread those out. So after many years of practicing yoga, I can sort of spread my toes, but it's good practice to kind of get started knowing what that feels like. We're going to inhale, arms up to the sky, and reach forward for the outside of your feet. If that's really hurting your hamstrings, those muscles that run up the backs of your legs, go ahead and bend your knees just a little bit, but I want you to feel a stretch. I don't want you to bend your knees so much that you're not feeling any stretch at all. But on the flip side, I don't want you to straighten your legs and have so much stretch that it hurts. There's a kind of a little balance there. And we're going to sit back up. Now we're going to go into Navasana, or boat pose. Some of you will remember Navasana, where we go from boat to raft. Then we go into Shavasana. So we're going to sit up nice and straight and tall, holding onto the backs of your thighs. Lean back a little bit so that you're on those sit bones. Hopefully you know what those are. If not, they're pretty self-explanatory. The bones you sit on. And then lift your feet up, and we're flexing again. So pushing out through the balls of your feet, spreading your toes if you can. And then reach with your arms towards your feet. Some of you are much more flexible than I am, and you can straighten your legs like that without curving your back. I cannot do that. So I keep my knees bent. If you are able to, go ahead and straighten those legs, but if you're curving like that, bend. I'm going to need to scoot up a little bit for this next part. So we are in boat, and then we are going to slowly, very slowly use these abdominal muscles. We're going to lower and straighten and lower and straighten and lower, straighten. And then we're going to come back up into boat. And we're going to do that one more time. Lower slowly, slowly, straighten. Use these abdominal muscles. And then you're going to lower all the way down. We're going to do a simple twist. So palms are on facing up to the sky. So arms are long by your sides. You're going to bend your knees so that your feet are on the floor. And actually, let's take our arms and make cactus arms. So you're just going to bend your elbows so that your hands are on either side of your ears. Palms are still facing up to the sky. Backs of your hands are on the mat. You are going to lower both knees together. So I'm going to go both knees to my left and rest them on the mat. And then I'm going to turn my head so I'm looking the opposite direction. So both my knees are off to the left and I'm looking to the right. This isn't a stretch, it's a twist. So we're twisting all of our insides right now. We're slowly settling our bodies, getting ready for Shavasana. Then bring your knees back up to center. Look back up towards the ceiling. And you're going to lower your knees to the other side. So mine are going to the right, and then I'm going to turn my head and look to the left. bring your knees back up to center. And then you're gonna straighten your legs, super straight legs. Bring your arms back so that they're long by your sides. Your feet are gonna splay out to the outside. And again, I'm running out of space, so I'm kicking into my bed. Letting all the muscles relax. Everything gets heavy. Everything melts into the floor. Eyes closed. Make sure shoulders are away from your ears. Make sure you're not holding any tension anywhere. We tend to hold it in our shoulders. We also kind of hold a lot of tension in between our eyebrows. So maybe bring one of your fingers up to that spot in between your eyebrows and just feel that, so you know, you're aware of what that spot feels like, and release any tension there. And then just breathe slowly. Deep inhale, belly fills with air, and slowly exhale. Let all of that air out of your lungs, out of your belly. And then just keep breathing deeply and slowly. Eyes are closed. Focusing on clearing out those monkey mind thoughts, just like the monkey that goes through the jungle from branch to branch, swinging on the branches, swinging from tree to tree. That's how our brains, our minds work. We tend to swing from one thought to the next really quickly. And we want to start clearing out some of those thoughts. We're not going to clear all of them, but we can do our best to clear out most of them. And when thoughts do pop into our heads, we just watch them float away. Bodies are completely relaxed. Hear sounds. Just listen to them, make a note of them, and then let them float away. And then we're going to bring some movement back into our bodies slowly and gently by wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. I like to do my right arm here, but you can do whatever feels right. If you know which one is your right arm, then bring that right arm up overhead. Bend your knees one at a time, feet on the floor. Roll your whole body over to the side. I'm going over to my right side. I'm using that right arm as a pillow. I'm going to take a breath here. I'm going to use my left hand to push myself back up so I come back to Sukhasana, or our easy pose. Find a comfortable seat and close out our class for the week. Please make sure to let your teachers know if you have any requests, or if you have any questions, or you have any comments. Maybe I'm going too fast, maybe I'm not going fast enough, maybe I haven't done some poses that you'd like to see, or maybe I'm not explaining the poses well enough. Any of that, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to make these yoga videos work for you. So, sorry for the interruption of my kids coming in and out. There's really no possible time for me to do a video here without a kid or a dog interrupting me. So sorry about that. All right, inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring your hands to your forehead to remind yourself to always think kind thoughts. Hands to your mouth to remember, always speak kind words. Hands to your heart to remember kind actions. And namaste. Thanks, boys and girls. I hope you have a wonderful second week. I really hope that I get to see you in person one of these days soon.